Yo, what's up? Welcome to today's video. Today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking you with me into the studio where I show you exactly how I record, mix, and master a song. But before we get into the video, I want to remind you to subscribe and drop a like, as well as leave a comment telling me what you think about the song or your favorite part of the video.
Make them pay a fee just to hear what I drop every week. Yeah, you know how this thing go. I've been humble way too long, wait till this unfold. I'm still fighting on my own, I'ma need that throne. Tell shorty slide, I'ma need that throne. Bonafide young artists, we ain't on the same boat. Y'all stay making up excuses, I got reasons to grow. This ain't luck what you expect when you hang with the pros. The road get tough on the come up, gotta swerve on these hoes. Watch this gas get funneled, it's that fuel for the soul. Got me feeling like gold, got me feeling like I finally started reaching my goals. The world's getting colder, my bro, keep some heat in this coat. Please don't get offended off any of the shit that I wrote. I turned a penny from a penny, hope you taking some notes. I felt the pain way heavy, you can't carry this load. I see the waves that I'm making when I bury the flow. Not just a phase, but I'm ready to commit to it, dog. I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog. Homie, spit like you been through it all. Shit. Not that dog, not that dog, not that dog, yeah. Time ain't waiting up for no man. Time ain't waiting up. Time ain't waiting up. Time ain't waiting up for no man. Time ain't waiting up. Time ain't waiting up. Time ain't waiting up for no man. Time ain't waiting up. Time ain't waiting up. Time ain't waiting up for no man. You gotta get it while this shit is on the block. Yeah. You gotta get it while this shit is on the block.
If you need help when it comes to recording songs, whether you're recording your own songs or songs for other people, I did create an ebook called Recording Pro Vocals. I break down step by step how to set up your equipment, the equipment you need, how to maximize your DAW, pretty much your computer, your laptop, everything you need to know when it comes to recording vocals, whether you're recording here, like in the home studio, if you're recording in the kitchen, if you're recording in the bedroom, a living room, a shack, a garage, in your car, if you're recording outside. I literally show you step by step how to be able to record vocals to get that nice, crispy, dry recording. We're going to be working on the main vocals. We're not really going to go through the dubs and the ad-libs. For the most part, I kind of mix it the same way and I just do little changes with the EQ for the dubs and the ad-libs. But we're going to be focusing on the main vocals right now. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play you the dry vocals, pretty much how we recorded the vocals.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneeze on them, don't you try blessing me. He's been up for weeks on me building a recipe. What is even sleep when they sleep on me regularly? Make them pay a fee just to hear what I drop every week. Yeah, you know how this thing go. I've been humble way too long, wait till this unfold.
Overall, the vocals sound really good. The only thing I would suggest next time when I record with the artist is I'll tell him to step a little closer, because if you really hear the vocals, you could kind of tell that he's a little far back. And if earlier in the video when I'm recording the phone footage, you could tell that he's a little too far back. But other than that, we got a nice clean recording.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on them, don't you try blessing me.
If you use Logic Pro X and you're looking for some free templates or for some custom made templates, hit the link down below. I have a link that goes to my website where you could download some free Logic Pro X templates, whether you're recording, mixing, or mastering. I have some free templates for you so you could download today and start using today. And usually the first thing I do when I record vocals, the first plugin, one of my go-to plugins, is a vocal automation. I like using Outlaw just because it's the plugin that I have, but there's another one with Waves. It's called Waves Vocal Writer. You could check that out. Actually, if you're looking into purchasing some Wave plugins, down below in the description I have a discount code for you. So if you want to invest into some Wave plugins, down below in the description there'll be a link for you.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on him, don't you try blessing me. He's been up for weeks on me building a recipe. What is even sleep when they sleep on me regularly? Make them pay a fee just to hear what I drop every week. Yeah, you know.
And that mix is at 100, but I usually keep it at around 50 just because I feel like at 100 it's kind of, it unbalances the whole mix. So for the most part, I just keep it at 50% mix.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on him, don't you try blessing me. He's been up for weeks, homie, building a recipe. What is he been sleep when they sleep on me regularly? Make them pay a fee just to hear what I drop every week. Yeah, you know how this thing go. I've been humble way too long, way too this.
Plugin that I add onto my vocal chain is the virtual mix rack. I love this thing. The mic I use is the Slate Digital MV1. I think that's what it's called. It's just a virtual microphone. Love that thing. Like I said, it comes with 2 preamps and then multiple microphones. I'm kind of just gonna skim through it real quick. This is the 2 preamps that it comes. It comes with the FG73 and then the FG76. Depending on the style of vocals that you want will be depending on the preamp. I've noticed that this one gives it more of a gritty, like dirt to it, and this one gives it like a nice clean end. So for the type of song that we were going for, we ended up going with the FG76. I'll play both of them, so if I were to bring up the drive and the volume all the way, you'll be able to hear the differences if I were just to crank the vocals through this preamp. It might get loud, so you might want to lower it. The first one we're going to start off with is this FG73.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on him, don't you try blessing me. He's been up for weeks, homie, building a recipe. What is he been sleep when they sleep on me regularly?
You get it? Like it gives it that dirt, grimy sound. It's dope for certain songs, but for this type of song, like I said, I want to go for a little bit cleaner.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on him, don't you try blessing me. He's been up for weeks, homie, building a recipe. What is he been sleep when they sleep on me regularly?
So I ended up going with that one. For the most part, because this is a preamp, I do just add a little bit of preamp, like the virtual drive, and then I don't really add that much trim to it, I guess you could say. I just increase the volume, like probably like a dB the most, because overall later on in the vocal chain I'm gonna add more volume to it.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on him, don't you try blessing me. He's been up for weeks, homie, building a recipe. What is he been sleep when they...
So that sounds good like that. And then when it comes to the microphones, depending, like I said, on the type of song that you're using, not everybody has this mic, so usually a lot of people just have one microphone. And for the longest time, I just used one microphone. It's perfectly fine. The only reason I like this is because I could get to choose multiple microphones. Dope thing about this virtual microphone. But because I'm able to do that, I kind of just go through them and see which one sounds best. So I'll actually do that for you right now. I'll start off with the top.
I've been humble way too long, wait till this unfold. I'm still fighting on my own, I'ma need that dome. Tell shorty slide, I'ma need that throw. Bonafide young artists, we ain't on the same boat. Y'all stay making up excuses, I got reasons to grow. This ain't luck what you expect when you hang with the pros. The road get tough on the come up, gotta swerve on these hoes. Watch this gas get funneled, this that fuel for the soul. Got me feeling like cold, got me feeling like I'm finally started reaching my goals. The world's getting colder, my bro, keep some heat in his coat, please don't.
I actually like this FG800, but for the song I use the FG800M. I don't really know the differences between them, but for the most part they both make it sound good. I'm just gonna stick to the one I added for the original song, and then the intensity I just keep it halfway, nothing too crazy.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on him, don't you try blessing me. He's been up for weeks, homie, building a recipe. What is he been sleep?
And then if you don't have this and you just want to download the virtual mix rack, you do get some free plugins like Revival. You get Trimmer, and I think you get like another one. I'm not sure exactly which one it's called. Or the Monster Compressor. But for the most part, for the vocals, I just use Revival. I like the shimmer and the thickness. It works so good on the vocals.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on him, don't you try blessing me. He's been up for weeks, homie, building a recipe. What is he been sleep when they sleep on me regularly? Make them pay a fee just to hear what I drop every week. Yeah, you know how this thing go.
And then after that, I have the pretty much how I want the vocals to sound with the microphone and some preamp. I added de-esser just because I want to remove certain, I don't want to remove certain frequencies, but I want to tame certain S's.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on him, don't you try blessing me.
So as you could tell when he says something about sleep, when the S comes in, it just tames it.
Sleep when they sleep on me regular weeks, homie, building a recipe. What is even sleep when they sleep on me regularly?
That way I could just tame some of the S's right now, and then later on in the vocal chain when I start boosting the high end, it doesn't give me too much problems. From there, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add pretty much the second compressor. The first compressor I'm using is it's a hardware compressor. I think I showed it in the video. That's the first compressor, and with that compressor I'm just getting like 2 dBs of compression. Nothing too crazy. I keep the compression settle when I'm recording, and then I add more compression when I'm mixing the vocals.
Make them pay a fee just to hear what I drop every week. Yeah, you know how this thing go. I've been humble way too long. Wait till this unfold. I'm still fighting on my own. I'ma need that dome. Tell Shorty slide. I'ma need that throw. Bonafide young artist.
This RVox compressor by Waves, I love this compressor. This is literally the compressor I use for all of my vocals. I just add a little bit of compression, 4.5. I bring the gain down a little bit, kind of just balance it out. I like this compressor because it just brings the vocals out right into your face, and in the mix, that's what you need. Especially our rap songs, you just want the vocals to cut through the mix, and I feel like RVox does that. Like, it doesn't really add color to the vocals, which is a good thing for me personally, and it just brings the vocal right up to you.
Artists, we ain't on the same boat. Y'all stay making up excuses. I got reasons to grow. This ain't luck what you expect when you hate with the pros. The road get tough on the come up, gotta swerve on these hoes. Watch this gas get funnel, this that fuel for the soul. Got me feeling like coke.
As you could tell, I use a lot of wave plugins, and the reason I use wave plugins because they're really affordable and they're really good. So if you're looking into investing into some wave plugins, down below in the description I have a special discount link for you. Click the link, get the plugins you need to get at a discounted rate. And then after I added that first compression, I added an EQ, and I barely picked up this SSL EV2 channel by Waves. It's like a new plugin. I'm still kind of getting a hang of it, kind of just trying different stuff out, seeing what works for me, seeing the differences between this SSL and then the SSLE channel that I normally use. So I don't really have much to say other than so far I really like it. I'm not one of those like, oh, the dB slope that you increase with this knob, like it's a little different from the other one. Like, honestly, like if it sounds good, it sounds good to me. I'm not really big on the whole like I said, like like the background shit of it, where it's like, oh yeah, I could hear the differences of the color from this EQ to this EQ. Like, I don't really know any of that. For me so far, like it works good. Like, it's a little different, the layout, but overall I like it. I added this line. I think this is the thing that I like the most about it, was this part right here, this line, and then the mic is kind of like a preamp sort of thing.
Got me feeling like I'm finally started reaching my goals. The world's getting colder, my bro. Keep some heat in his coat. Please don't get offended off any of the shit that I wrote. I turned a pendant from a penny. Hope you taking some notes. I felt the pain way heavy. You can't carry this load. I seen the waves that I'm making when I'm buried afloat. Not just a phase.
I feel like this works so good if you record a song and you didn't record it loud enough. Usually now when I record a song, I record loud enough so it could hear, so you're able to hear what you're recording. But before that, like, I used to be a little not scared to record loud, but I used to not want to record loud. Like, I would be recording like at -24. Now I'm recording like at 9, 12, probably even 6 at the high points. So I don't really need this like to add more volume, but it's dope.
But I'm ready to commit to it, dog. I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog. Homie spit like he been through it all. Shit. Not that dog, not that dog, not that dog, yeah. Hey, time ain't waiting up for no man. I said, time ain't.
And then for the EQ, I just cut out about like 115. And then I also cut out some highness too. Like, it's a kind of untraditional when mixing, especially like rap music. You kind of want the high in there, but I kind of just take some out, and then I re-add it later on with, for example, this 16K.
Time ain't waiting up, time ain't waiting up, time ain't waiting up for no man. I said, time ain't waiting up, time ain't waiting up, time ain't waiting up for no man. I said, time ain't waiting up, time ain't waiting up, time ain't waiting up for no man. You gotta get it while this shit is on the block, yeah. Yeah. You gotta get. Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on him, don't you try blessing me. He's been up for weeks.
And then that boxiness that you're hearing right now is pretty much what I cut out. So I'm just boosting it so you can really hear the boxiness. And then that's around 700 hertz. Usually I take out about 400, which I will later on. But for the most part, for this first one, I'm taking out that boxiness at around like 800.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on him, don't you try blessing me. He's been up for weeks, on me building a recipe. What is even sleep when they sleep on me regularly? Make them pay a fee just to hear what I drop every week.
Then the next compressor that I use is CLA 76. For the most part, if I'm being completely honest with you, I love using wave plugins just because they work so good. There's certain things I don't like about it, but it's not really the plugins that I don't like. It's more of the upgrade renewal stuff that they have, like in the back end where you get like a free year of the upgrade of the plugin, and then if you upgrade your computer and you want to upgrade your plugins, you gotta rebuy the protection or whatever. But that's like a whole different thing. But for the most part, the plugins, can't say anything bad about them. CLA 76 works amazing, especially on rap music. This is the compressor that you need. If you don't have the money to invest into plugins just yet, I did create a free ebook for you where I listed 100 and plus free plugins that you could just download today. Literally open up the ebook, look through the plugins, click the one you want, click the link, and it takes you straight to the website where you're able to download it for free. This ebook has everything from EQs to compressors to reverbs, delays, effects, pretty much everything you need to be able to mix and master anything, whether it's vocals, a song, a beat. Like I said, anything you get your hands on, you will have the right tools to be able to mix and master it. Use the discount code Crook and you will have a special discount for you.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on him, don't you try blessing me.
Like I said, I'm using subtle compression. I like using multiple compressors and adding a little bit of compression, then using like 2 compressors and then just compressing the hell out of the vocals. That's just my style of mixing. Obviously, you're gonna have your own style of mixing, but for the most part, CLA works amazing. Just subtle compression. I don't think it goes past 3 dBs.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on him, don't you try blessing me. He's been up for weeks, on me building a recipe.
Perfect. From there, what I'm doing is I'm gonna be adding another EQ. This EQ is F6 by Waves, dynamic EQ. This thing works amazing. I like using these types of EQs more than regular traditional EQs because I feel like when you use other EQs that aren't dynamic, you kind of just remove those frequencies, and then throughout the whole song, like for example, if you cut at around 400, like the whole time that 400 hertz is cut, no matter how the vocals change or like the different dynamics or the different range of the vocal you're getting, it's just cutting it out. With a dynamic EQ, you get a little bit more playroom. For example, if I were to play it, you're gonna see all of the cuts that I have. They're just gonna be moving up and down. So just depending on the threshold that I put on it is gonna depend on how much it's gonna cut, or if it's not even gonna be compressing or removing those frequencies.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on him, don't you try blessing me. He's been up for weeks, on me building a recipe. What is he on me regularly? Make him pay a fee just to hear what I drop every week.
You could really see it just moving, bouncing up and down. That's the kind of reason why I like it. The frequencies that are cut are just boxy frequencies or frequencies that are harsh. So like towards the low mids, you're gonna get the boxy frequencies like this.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on him, don't you.
And then towards like the mid highs, you're gonna get those frequencies that are harsh to the ears like this.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on him, don't you try blessing me. He's been up for weeks, on me building a recipe. What is even sleep?
So I can't really tell you exactly where to cut them. It all goes down to the microphone you're using. So if you want a little bit more help when it comes to recording, mixing, and mastering, feel free to hit me up on Instagram, or down below I'll put an ebook that I made specifically for you called Recording Pro Vocals. I literally break down everything that you need to know, how to set up your equipment, how to set up your microphone, how to set up your template. I show you exactly how to create a template that's perfect for you, pretty much the one I use for myself. That way you're able to capture clean, dry recording vocals pretty much anywhere I show you how to record, whether you're recording in a home studio, the kitchen, the living room, a shed, a garage, Airbnb, a hotel, a car outside, pretty much anywhere you want to be able to record. I show you exactly how to do that. So down below in the link will be Recording Pro Vocals ebook. Get that. I also bundled it with another ebook that I made for you called 100 plus free plugins. I pretty much looked throughout the whole internet and I looked for the best plugins, especially free ones, and I ended up finding more than 100 free plugins that you could use so you could start mixing. This is great, especially if you're a beginner to mixing, or if you just don't have the money to invest in plugins. I know I use a lot of wave plugins, but that's just because I now have the money to invest into those plugins. But before, when I first started learning how to mix, produce, and start with the whole music shit, I didn't really have that much money to buy plugins. So I would always look for free plugins. So I want to share that with you. It's literally an ebook with the link taking you directly to the plugin that you need to download. I have everything from EQs, compressors, reverbs, delays, de-essers, every single type of plugin that you need to be able to record, to be able to mix and master songs. It's in that ebook, literally 100 plus free plugins. Down below, I put both of them together in a bundle so you can get Recording Pro Vocals as well as 100 plus free plugin list. Down below in the description, check it out after this video. But for the most part, let's continue this video. After I have that EQ down, I added a Pultec EQ. I recently got this plugin. This is by Analog Obsession. So far, I really like these plugins. You could join their Patreon or you could get it for free. It's up to you what you want to do.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on him, don't you try blessing me. He's been up for weeks.
It is a Pultec EQ. I kind of just boosted up 100 hertz just to balance out more of that low end, because I did cut a good amount of the low end. I don't want the vocals to be like flat or they don't have any like body to it. So I kind of just boost a little bit of the low end. You kind of want to be careful not to add too much, because then it's going to be a little too boxy. And then I boosted up 8K just to add more presence.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on him, don't you try blessing me. He's been up for weeks, homie, building a recipe.
And then I added fresh air. I don't know why I like this plugin so much. Maybe because it's so simple. It's just two knobs, high end, and then the mid air. For the vocals, for the most part, they both work good. You just got to find the balance of it. Sometimes you boost a lot, sometimes you boost a little. Just depends on the recording and the style of the song you're going for.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on him, don't you try blessing me. He's been up for weeks, homie, building a recipe. What is even sleep when they sleep on me regularly? Make them pay a fee just to hear what I drop every week.
Fire. If you're looking into getting both ebooks, Recording Pro Vocals, as well as 100 plus free plugins, I did create a special bundle for you so you can get both ebooks at a discounted rate, a lot cheaper than if you were to buy the ebook separate. Just buy it in a bundle and you'll have everything you need to be able to record songs anywhere, as well as the tools you need to be able to mix and master your songs. This is pretty much a bundle that I created for you so you can be able to record, mix and master your songs perfectly without having to invest too much money into buying plugins or buying unnecessary equipment that you don't really need. I break down everything you need, so check out those ebooks. You get this plugin for free, just Slate Digital, Fresh Air, download it for free. Then from there, it's another plugin by Analog Obsession. Like I said, I just got these plugins recently, and I've been testing them out, using them, seeing how they compare. For example, like this one compared to like the Waves compressor that they have. That mono's the same compressor. I hear the differences in between them. I like using both of them. I'm starting to like this one a little bit more for the most part, but the Wave one works just as good.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on him, don't you try blessing me. He's been up for weeks, homie, building a recipe. What is even sleep when they sleep on me regularly? Make them pay a fee just to hear what I drop every week. Yeah, you know how this thing go. I've been humble way too long, wait till this unfold. I'm still fighting on my own, I'ma need that dome. Tell shorty slide, I'ma need that throw. Bonafide young artist, we ain't on the same boat.
Yeah, this compressor's fire. You really hear it more like towards the high end, but this compressor is so good. I really like this compressor. Matter of fact, I probably like it more than the Waves one now that I think about it, but they're both good. Like I said, Analog Obsession, fire. You could join the Patreon. It's things like $5, hella cheap, or you could download them for free. Siblings by Waves, probably the de-esser that I love the most, and I probably use it all the time. I like this one because you're able to choose a frequency you want to de-ess, but I like this one because it tames more than just the S's. It tames those frequencies that are really harsh to the ear that you would need to stack up multiple de-essers to get. It does it with this one.
Hey, don't
you get it? So it gets like S's, Z's, T's, P's, like literally all those frequencies that are like harsh and just like into your ear. Siblings does it. Like I said, you can pick this up at Waves. Down below in the description, I have a discount for you so you can check them out.
You know how this thing go. I've been humble way too long. Wait till the
And then I have Smart EQ 3. This is more like an AI type EQ where you kind of add it, I guess you could say, by adding the dynamic, and then you can see it move in real time.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on him, don't you try blessing me. He's been up for weeks, homie, building a recipe.
So I really like using this towards the end after I've added like my own personal EQ and compression. I like using this one just to add life. I feel like it brings out the vocals more in certain areas, and in certain areas it tames it where it needs to be tamed. Like I said, it moves in real time. So depending on how much dynamic you add, because you could add it to 0 and then it won't move.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on him, don't you try blessing me. He's been up for weeks, homie, building a recipe. What is even sleep when they sleep on me regularly? Make them pay a fee just to hear what I drop every week. Yeah. You know how this thing go. I've been humble way too long. Wait till this unfold. I'm still fighting on my own. I'ma need that throne. Tell shorty slide. I'ma need that throw. Bonafide young artists. We ain't on the same boat. Y'all stay making up excuses. I got reasons.
And then I add S1 imager just to add a little bit of width. Nothing crazy. I just push it from 1.0 to like 1.10. I keep it in between this last. What is this? Like I don't know what this is. Half a circle. An arch, or rainbow, whatever you want to call it. I just push it just a little bit past that line, but overall I just want it just to widen up the vocals a little bit. It's more for like headphones and earphones. You're not really going to hear it on a speakerphone or speakers, so it's more for the people who are listening it on like headphones. And then from there, overall that's pretty much my vocal chain for this song. Every song is a little bit different, but for the most part I kind of just use my go-to plugins. From here, what I do is I add a preamp just to bring out a little bit more volume out of the vocals without having a compressor, without having to add anything else to it, as well as add a little bit more color. I use this little radiator by Soundtoids. I love this thing. If you're an artist and you need some beats, down below in the description I do have my beat store where you could purchase beats if you're looking at anything for trap, West Coast, or just hip-hop beats in general. Down below in the description I have the link to my beat store. Lately when I've been mixing my beats, I've been using this plugin called Thickify. Thickify is pretty much a simple plugin you can use. It just has 2-3 knobs. You move those knobs and it pretty much mixes your drums, your low end, your 808. So good. Literally what took me 4 plugins to do, Thickify did it in 1. So I've been using Thickify a lot when I mix and master my songs. So if you're looking into getting Thickify, I do recommend it. If you haven't seen my plugin review, I did it a while back. Go down, look for the Thickify review plugin, check it out, see what it really does. And if you're looking into getting it, down below I have a discount link for you so you can get it at a discounted rate also.
Hey, don't try to get next to me. Even if I sneezed on him, don't you try blessing me. He's been up for weeks, homie, building a recipe. What is even sleep when they sleep on me regularly? Make them pay.
And then I added some delay, H delay by Waves, 1/8, ping pong, host. Cut out some low end, cut out some high end.
Hey, don't try to get next to me.
And then it's sidechain to the vocals, so it kind of just blends in and then just keeps it tamed, so it's not too much delay. Especially with these rap songs, you don't want too much delay. Maybe towards like the end where it comes out here where it's paused.
Sleep when they sleep on me regularly. Make them pay.
something's gonna slip when it comes to me regularly, and that's like when the regularly comes out. But if you want a tutorial on how I do delays, more in depth, exactly why I do certain things, let me know down below in the comments. From here, it goes down to the reverb. Now this is very important. What type of reverb you choose will dictate how your song's gonna turn out. Personally, one knob wetter by Waves, I've been using this a lot, and I'm not gonna lie, I probably use it on every song now. It just works.
Don't pay your fee just to hear what I drop every week. Yeah, you know how this thing go. I've been humble way too long, wait till this song.
And then I cut out some low end, cut out a little bit of the high end, and then just boosted up this mid highs.
This unfold, I'm still fighting on my own. I'ma need that dome. Tell Shorty slide, I'ma need that throw. Bonafide young.
And then the last reverb I used was the Abbey Roads play. These are pretty cool because you get like plate selection, so you get A, B, C, D. For this song, I used D. Usually, I use B or C. I feel like D has too much of a reverb tail, but for this song, it really fit. And then the damper, I have it like at 4. If you want me to mix and master one of your songs, feel free to hit me up on Instagram or email me. Everything will be down below in the description. Get a hold of me, DM me mixing. I'll get back to you. We could chop it up a bit, see what type of song you're going for, and if I can help you with that, we'll get it done.
Young artists, we ain't on the same boat. Y'all stay making.
And then I have a little bit of pre-delay.
They making up excuses, I got reasons to grow. This ain't luck what you expect when you hate with the pros. The road get tough on the come up, gotta swerve on these hoes. Watch this gas get funneled, it's that fuel for the soul. Got me feeling like cold, got me feeling like I'm finally started reaching my goals. The world's getting colder, my bro, keep some heat in this coat. Please don't get offended off any of the shit that I wrote. I turned a pendant from a penny, hope you taking some notes. I felt the pain way heavy, you can't carry this load. I seen the way that I'm making when I'm buried afloat. Not just a phase, but I'm ready to commit to a dog. I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog. Homie spit like he been through it all. Shit. Not that dog, not that dog, not that dog, yeah. Hey, time ain't waiting up for no man. I said, time ain't waiting up, time ain't waiting up, time ain't waiting up.
If you're wondering what I'm smoking on, I've been smoking on Delta 8. If you don't know what that is, look into it. You gotta be 21 and older. It's pretty much legal weed, and it's a lot better, personally, what I think, because you don't get that paranoia or that anxiety when you're smoking regular tree when you get a little too high. I know you know the feeling, so I've been using this. This is something that's helped me get creative, helped me get focused, and just been using it throughout my day. So if you don't know what this is, it's Delta 8. Look into it. Down below in the description, I put a link to a Shopify store where you pretty much, you can buy it online and it ships it straight to your house. All you do is sign for it, make sure you're 21 and older, and honestly, it's a lot cheaper than having to go to a dispensary and buy a cart from there. Trust me, if you smoke, you do want to look into this. Fire. This song came out so good. Obviously, it doesn't sound as good as the original song that dropped. I put the link to the original song down below in the description so you could check it out, because you know, like I changed stuff. Like for example, it's a lot higher than how I have it in the song. The compression, the EQ, obviously, like I subtracted more than I would have normally did it, but that's just part of the example. So don't be expecting to hear this version of the song, be expecting to hear the original, cleaner, better sounding song. But for the most part, if you want your song mixed and mastered, feel free to hit me up on Instagram or email me. Leave a comment down below telling me how to get a hold of you, and I will. That way I can mix and master your song. If you want to learn how to mix and master your own music, or if you just need a little bit more help when it comes to recording, mixing, and mastering, feel free to hit me up. Like I said, check out the ebooks. I will be releasing more ebooks later on. I'm also working on a video course showing you exactly step by step how I set up everything, so you could physically see how I do everything. And I'll be showing you a lot more stuff in depth there than what I can on YouTube, just because I feel like it's a little kind of boring. It's a little nerdy to learn all this stuff. So I'm going to go more in depth in there, showing you different mic techniques, how to set up your microphone, where to record, where not to record, room treatment if you're recording somewhere else, the basic equipment that you need if you're recording at home or somewhere where you have a lot more like home base where you're just going to be there, how to work in that environment a little bit more. But overall, everything you need to know is down below in the description. Check it out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hope to see you in the next video. My name's David the Crook. Peace. Thank you for checking out today's video. My name is David the Crook. I just want to remind you to subscribe and drop a like. Also, don't forget to check out the descriptions. I literally have everything linked there, from the ebooks to the plugins to the Delta 8, templates, beats, everything you need to know to be able to create songs, whether you're recording, mixing, mastering, or producing. I literally have everything linked down below in the description. Check it out. I hope you have a good day. I hope to hear from you in the next video. Peace.
Sneezed on him, don't you try blessing me. He's been up for weeks on me building a recipe. What is even sleep when they sleep on me regularly? Make them pay a fee just to hear what I drop every